Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope that you guys are doing okay watching this video from the comfort, hopefully, of your homes or out at your workplaces if you've been deemed essential. And I know this is meant essential. This is like the essential oils people time to shine. It's in the name, so good for you. But hopefully, you guys are having a good week. I know that seems odd to say at a week like this when everything seems like it's kind of going crazy and it seems like we just don't know what's going on with the world. But we know, of course, we know that God is still good. And so wanted to read you guys real quick from Isaiah. We're going to be looking real quick, Isaiah chapter 26 and looking at verse 3 and 4. He says, "You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast because he trusts in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is the rock eternal." What a great set of verses there. I love this one. It talks about your mind being steadfast. The original language there, a word called salmak, which basically means to lean or lay upon. In fact, that word is used a lot when it talks about the laying on of hands and when we're laying hands on people. And so the connotation is that our mind right now, with all the stuff that is going on, with all the craziness in the world, that we can so completely trust in the Lord that we just lay our minds on Him, that we lay our thoughts on Him. And of course, right now is when our minds want to run away with us the most and think about all that could happen. And there's nothing wrong with being prepared. There's nothing wrong with making sure that we are ready for whatever's coming. And those are good things, right? That drives us to prayer and prepare. But at the same time, recognizing that God is faithful and that God is with us and that God is watching out for us. Make sure that our minds don't forget that we remember that God is good and that we're not alone. So hopefully you're doing that this week. And I want to encourage you, if you're having trouble with that, is, you know what, we're each going to struggle with that periodically, especially as we stay home more and more and we get more out of our routine and out of our schedules. So make sure that you reach out to somebody, whether it's other church family members, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, call people on the phone, message people. Sometimes it's good to see people face to face, and so you can FaceTime or Facebook message people. But make sure that you're reaching out to people and let them know how you're doing, because this is a time we really, really need to band together. So I wanted to update you guys also a couple things about the church. A lot of people are looking at it going, well, what does the future hold? What is going on? How long are we going to be online? And of course, a lot of the answers to those questions we just don't have yet. You probably saw that if you're in our area, they just extended the school closure, at least personal school closure, up until April 13th. So it's literally the day after Easter. And of course, it could go even longer. We just don't know. And right now we're with this shelter in place. And so you guys are kind of stuck at home right now when we're trying to figure out how this new dynamic looks like. But I want to encourage you guys that we don't stop. We don't stop being the church. We don't stop doing the things that we are called to do during this time. And so you may look on our website and go, well, man, you look at the events page and everything's been postponed or canceled. I mean, you've got the celebration 5-year party that we're supposed to have this last Sunday postponed till possibly May, and then even again, perhaps, depending on where this thing goes. You got the Women's Pink Conference. You got things like the Community Day and Waypoints, and even a lot of the small groups that usually meet. All these things right now are on hold. But that doesn't mean that we don't continue meeting together in different ways. So just kind of wanted to tell you some things that you can do to be a part of what is going on, as well as update you some things in our community overall that you can be a part of. Now, hopefully you joined us this last Sunday for our first fully online service. How cool was it that we were a part of a large movement, in my opinion, right? There's a ton of churches that were doing exactly what we were doing. I would venture to say that there were more churches streaming online this last Sunday than in the history of our world. Think about that for a second, right? The gospel going out to the whole world at one time. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thought. And that wouldn't always happen if we're all, stuck in our church buildings. Nothing wrong with being in our church buildings. I love getting the church together. I miss getting the church together and being with you guys in person. But pretty cool that we have the tools necessary in this day and age to be able to just present the gospel out there online to millions of people. So hopefully you watched this last Sunday. Hopefully you were able to participate. I know there's a lot of lagging in those. The internet's kind of getting bogged down. But we are also doing it again this Sunday on the internet, but also, of course, on the radio, 101.9, and you can stream it on hubradionetwork.com. So if for some reason the video is not working, flip on over to the radio if you're in the listening area, 101.9, or stream it on the TuneIn app, or go to hubradionetwork.com. You can watch it on there. So encourage you guys to join us for that. And again, we're going to be doing it this week. Now, we did add something for this week and kind of for the time being, right? We always had a media page on our church website, but now we have what we're calling rather is Church Online. And so we want to make sure that our church is interactive and it's not just you kind of clicking on and watching and then logging off and there's no more interaction. And so we're going to be updating this page on our website periodically. We're going to be adding things for the next Sunday, let you guys know about like kids lessons, maybe what songs we're going to sing, let you guys get prepared for that online worship experience so you can get together as a family. But we also added on there a place where you can send in prayer requests. So if you have a specific need that you want to be added to the prayer group, or if it's confidential, we'll get it out to the pastors and make sure that we are praying for you and your family. We know that there's probably a lot of needs right now. There's going to be a lot more needs as more and more jobs are on furlough or even possibly businesses are struggling. And so we want to make sure that we are in prayer with you guys, believing God for big things and to sustain us through all this. So if you have a need, please log on there, as well as if you've never been to Rockpile Church, like in person. You come on a Sunday morning and we're like, hey, welcome, and you fill out a card, we give you a mug, all that. Well, we want to at least make sure that we connect with you. And right now, our church is online. And so we have a form on there and you can fill it out. Just let us know that you've been watching, that you've been participating with us. We just want to connect with you and find out how you're doing and get to know you a little bit, because we believe that's an important part of the church. I mean, we've been talking in Acts chapter 2 about the church doing life together, right? That's part of discipleship. And so what strange time that even through that, now we're faced with this. So, but that's all right. We just find new ways to do it. So let us know if you've been with us, and we want to reach out to you. But also a couple other things. The Highland Lakes Crisis Network has been really hard at work, and if you guys have seen the Facebook page or seen some of the posts online, we have really been leaning on them and trying to support them rather than a lot of the churches just kind of doing their own thing. Our churches in our community came together to help start this thing back during the floods. And so they are really doing a great job right now. They're feeding, I think last number I heard was about 150 families a day. They're working also with the school district to make sure that we can get students fed, as well as providing masks to those who need it. So, and a lot of other personal needs. And so I really want to encourage you guys to support the Highland Lakes Crisis Network. You can actually do it really, really easy. You can go to highlandlakescrisisnetwork.com. They have a donate button, but as well is you can text Love Others, one word, so just put the words together, to 44321, and you can donate right on your phone. But really, they are spending quite a bit of money right now to help provide needs for our community. And you know what? That's gonna increase, right? We're gonna see more and more needs come out as this thing drags on. We'll also, of course, need volunteers, and we've got some people in our church even now working with the Highland Lakes Crisis Network. And so now we are needing more and more volunteers over the next few weeks. We're going to be doing some food donations. We're going to be doing some food deliveries, as well as I heard a little while ago on a conference call that they're starting a 24-hour prayer line. And so we're going to need some help with that as well, so that we can make sure that people are prayed for. So you guys can be a part of all that. Just make sure that you stay connected, and we'll get you guys plugged in where needed, as well as be patient, because moving this many parts together and trying to meet these needs, sometimes things seem to fall through the cracks a little bit. I've had people say, I've tried to reach out here, I didn't get people getting back with me instantly. Well, we got a lot going on. This is worldwide. So please be patient, and we'll make sure that everybody who needs help gets help, and everybody who wants to help can help. And so make sure that you're a part of that, as well as some of you guys have already asked me, so what does Easter look like? And, Easter is like the biggest day of the year for churches. I mean, it's the Super Bowl Sunday for churches. And there's a good chance that Easter this year will be entirely online for everyone. So what we've done is we're actually putting plans together now. We've always been a kingdom minded group, and we believe in the church as a whole, as well as we love our individual churches that we have. And so I've been talking with a couple other pastors, and we're excited that each church in our area is going to be doing their thing for Easter and preaching the gospel. But we actually found that it might be beneficial for us to work with a couple of the other pastors that we're pretty close to already, and a couple of other churches that we work with already. And so we're going to be doing kind of a combined Easter thing. And so our goal right now is to actually do like an outdoor drive up thing. We've got some logistics to work out, so I don't want to let too much out of the bag right now. We've got a location in mind. We've got some ideas in mind. And so it's going to be a really neat thing. You can actually tune in on the radio in your car. That way we can still be separated in the sense that we can be safe from the virus during the quarantine, but at the same time, we can make sure that we are together, right? You'll be able to worship with other people, and we can be together in parking lots across our community. So that's going to be neat. So pay attention to that because we got more things coming up. And if you want to stay updated on all things, remember that you can text the word Rockpile, one word, to 84576. Join up with our texting group, and we will make sure that you get updated on all things that are going on with Rockpile, because we're sending out updates periodically, and especially as more needs come out with the Highland Lakes Crisis Network, we're going to be calling on you guys to help with that. But we love you guys. Hope that, again, that you and your family are doing well. If not, please reach out. Again, nobody should have to do this alone. And even from the comfort of your home, or maybe sometimes discomfort of your home, depending on how much you're going stir crazy, we want to be there for you. And so whether it's a phone call, whether it's prayer, whether it's bringing you toilet paper, let us know what you need, and we'll make sure that you are taken care of. Love you guys very much, and we'll talk to you soon.